battle begins shortly.
Oh, it's on Game Pass? Nice. Yeah, I just straight up bought it. I was like, I can spend a little money on games right now. Let's get into it, everybody! Map number 1 in our second best of 3 today. We are going to be seeing on the left-hand side Hotstads, and they're going to be having a Hogger, Brightwing, Tassadar, Hanzo, and ETC. The right side of the map is going to be Braincellmates with your Falstad, Anduin, Varian, Leoric, and Gul'dan.
3, 2, 1.
Twitch prediction is going to be how many level 1 stacks will Falstad have. He's going to be going into Frequent Flyer. So you get 0.2 of a stack for every enemy minion that's killed, and Heroic Takedowns get you 0.5. I personally think that Heroic Takedown should just get you 1 stack. I think it should be 1 whole stack. 0.5 for a takedown feels insulting. Baja Megabonk stream when? Oh, we played it before I went on vacation. I would not be opposed to playing more, maybe on Friday. Maybe we'll play a bit more Megabonk on Friday, and we'll mix that in with the Hades. But I am addicted to Hades, I gotta be honest. I'm very big fan of the Hades game. But yeah, we could probably play some on Friday. Because today is this and Bollock's Pit, I'm assuming, based on what I'm hearing. I'm gonna be addicted to it. And then Wednesday is our Baja Ross, and we have the miniature painting stream. Thursday is Heroes Casting, and then we also have Cooking stream. And then Friday would be the first opportunity, because we have Hades. So we could do, like, Hades Megabonk on Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday is the end of the Eternal Conflict tournament. Quality Outhouse logo. Bottom lane wave is going to push up onto the gate. We've got Frequent Flyer level 1 for Falstad. It's your Power Word Shield Anduin. You're going to see Lion's Maw for Varian, Osin's Renewal, and Pursuit of Flame Gul'dan. It is ETC with his Guitar here. No, sorry, that's Proc Rock level 1. Going to be going into Simple Geometry Hanzo, Static Charge Tassadar, Hypership Brightwing, and on the prowl for Hogger. Yeah, Hades 2 is full is 1.0, yeah. Is that Lard's emote? Who? Oh, it is Lard. Okay, it is. I was like, is that BTTV? I couldn't remember if it was added there or not. Bones in bottom lane getting body blocked to potentially oblivion by Godly New. Beautiful power slide right there. Beautiful power slide. Sets up the kill, and first blood will be picked up in the hands of Hotstads, Braincellmates. Still have their Falstad pushing up and clearing things out in top. Leoric and Gul'dan for mid. Gul'dan trying to poke here and there and build up more stackage. Leoric pushed around by a face melt of ETC, but has the Wraith Walk active, and Jaeger won't be displaced or taken down from that one. Carrot is able to get the first of the 3 seeds, and we'll just see more camps to be grabbed on both sides. I love it, Lard. I love it. Level 7 almost coming through on both sides. Speed Metal ETC, so going for a lot of utility. Good barrel roll in from Falstad. The damage onto Q-Ball is nice. Forces the natural agility over the wall, but the siege in top lane may be pretty prevalent onto the fort gate. That's a huge taunt onto Kakarot, and a kill into Hogger will be achieved by the members of Braincellmates. Godly Noob, ETC working their way into this enemy hero line. Power slide to safety, taps well. Mounts up and immediately dismounted. Q-Ball gets a phase shift from Brightwing. Another charge taunt into a chastise. Good combination from Braincellmates. And this will be Fort Gate taken down. Tribute or seed number 2 coming out on the top right of the map. And the assumption is that it'll be Braincellmates to pick it up. How are we doing on Twitch Gamble from Falstad? Not too bad, everybody. Nicely done. Thank you. Hanzo trying to get a little more stackage, and I believe he does pick up a couple more on his Simple Geometry level 1, but does not interrupt the objective phase. Falstad with full attack, or auto attack build. Hammer gains 4, Secret Weapon 7. Leoric build is looking pretty standard. He is going to go into Neil Peasants at level 4. Often on this map, I feel like you're going to be seeing a lot of paralyzing rage, but Neopeasants works really well because of mercenary value. Like, for how good Neopeasants is, I don't see it that much. It's a lot of paralyzing rage, which I do understand. You're increasing the slow from 40 to 60%, which is that 20% increase could be real nice, but Neopeasants, in my opinion, it's just Skeletal Swing dealing 75% additional damage to mercenaries and monsters. Monsters being the skeletal defenders around the objective area and also the guard and terror summons. Medieval time peasants worked less than we do in the modern age, just saying that. I think the peasants' knees were probably better than our knees. That is a historical fact. You can Google it. Augur to channel. 10 talent here, almost here. Gul'dan with a nice interrupt. Varian tried to fish for a Lion's Fang interrupt as well. Sonic Arrow on the south side. Scatter goes out as well. And a Polymorph onto Varian. The Fell Flame still coming out from Gul'dan. Kakarot taunted. Is there a Chastise afterwards? Indeed there is. He doesn't get the Hog Wild out in time. Brightwing was able to phase shift, but unable to save. And now Protoss Rule interrupted by a Tassadar Psystorm. Shockray. King may step up. Force Wall with the Electric Fence. Natural Agility. They leave the Brightwing behind! Poor Brightwing dies for Hanzo's sins. And it looks like Amon will get the channel on the top right of our screen. Top left is going to be Camp Stolen Away. Let's see what we got for heroics. That's yeah, I thought I heard Mosh Pit. Just from Falstead, the Duke is able to back off just fine. A Dragon's Arrow lands. A Leap of Fate to pull him to a safer position. Hogger's going to discover this Gul'dan, but it's Hanzo who gets taken down. Power Slide from ETC, the Shockwave in the backline. The Force for the Shield Wall from Unbones will help out. He gets a couple autos here and there, but the Psystorm, another Shield Wall. It's not going to be enough to save Varian. He does end up going down to Tassadar, but it is Shockwave, Blinkio, Black Hole, Dragon's Arrow, and Mosh Pit. On the opposing side, you're looking at your Horrify, Entomb, Shield Wall, Light Bomb, and Gust. Well, top left is going to be coming up next. Varian Death Timer is going to conclude before the objective spawns, so there could be an invade. Oftentimes, though, there's top left, a kind of better positioning for Hotstead, so it might be given. Ragnaros, thanks for the refollow. Appreciate it, bud. Okay. 11 for Hanzo, 40 of 200 on Tassadar, 9 of 20 for ETC. 1 stack needed for Gul'dan to finish up Pursuit of Flame. 13 of 25 for Varian Lion's Maw. And you've got your 19 stacks currently on Falstead, which Twitch prediction was 50 or more, so he's working his way through it. Believers are maybe feeling confident? I honestly don't know. It's Garden of Terror. I feel like this map can... It can really go any duration. It can be fast, medium, or long. It's not like Tomb where it's either short or long. There's no, oh, yeah, you get an average Tomb game. No, no, no. The average Tomb game is either it ends at level 16 or ends at level 25. And a wave will be pushed up onto Fort of top lane. Yeah, like Muradin trait is self-healing. He doesn't share that with anyone. Varian has self-healing off of baseline from Lion's Fang.
Hero slain.
And Brightwing will get taken down in top lane, chased by Varian and friends. Looks like the Tassadar was also taken down. There's no minion wave, a few Fell Flames thrown onto the fort. And our next Garden Terror seed, bottom right of the map, positioning is favorable to Braincellmates. The enemy team will have some respawns to happen. Right before that, Brightwing's going to be a little late, but let's take a look and see. Does she have phase shift? She does off a cooldown when she respawns. Yeah, Brightwing's heal is considered an AoE. It's passive. Brightwing here heals nearby allied heroes for 138 for 4 seconds. Shockwave from Tassadar into a Hog Wild. Leoric did get taken down by ETC right before this engagement. There's a gust to try and zone the Black Hole from Tassadar. Force Wall from Varian. Sorry, Shield Wall from Varian. As he backs away, Gul'dan will be taken down, and it looks like it's Garden Terror to the left-hand side of Hotstads. Yo, Ninja, what's up, bud? Hopefully you're feeling well today. Varian tries to interrupt, but ETC Mosh Pit will activate. There's nothing to leap Varian out of that one. The Desperate Prayer coming through, the Staggering Blow. ETC got chunked. Hogger with a really interesting, tight bounce, but is unable to continue pushing up. But this is going to be Garden Terror in top lane, pretty far back. It loses health every time it autos. Bottom lane descending onto the Keep Gate, and that's going to be the priority push from Hotstads. Happy to help, Ragnaros. Thanks for hanging out with us, bud. Anduin taking down the Overgrowth plant. More Fell Flames thrown in, and bottom keep is saved at like 2,000 or 3,000 HP. Oh, 1,981. That was very close. Falstead managing top lane as the Garden Terror has arrived, avoiding the stun. 24 stacks, probably 26 after clearing out that top lane wave and stuff. And it's a 2-kill difference, level 16 on the horizon for both teams. Gate to be lost in top, and that's really about it. Look at that, 26 stacks. Who would have thought? Who would have thought the caster knows what he's talking about? So we're gonna get level 16s really soon. Ramp and Hellfire assumed for Gul'dan. Glyph of Faith. And we'll see Banner of Dalaran as well for that 20% spell power increase, 12-second duration, 25-second cooldown. Royal Focus for Leoric, the Ominous Wraith at 13. Oh, that's an Entomb on to Tassadar. He throws the Black Hole back into a Shock Ray as well. Leoric still trying to step up. The Dragon's Arrow lands onto him, but he had the Wraithwalk active. A Drain applied as well, healing up some of the poke and burst that was applied to Leoric. As 16 on the left side will be coming through. Garden Terror Seed next is top center of the map. I want to replace my whatever valves. Ah, yes. My favorite plumbing valve, the whatever valve. Took 2 days to finish putting my wall back together. Still no cold water. Are you serious? Maj spit onto Leoric, but he had the Wraithwalk active. Jaeger trying to back away, but I think they're going to be taken down in bottom lane. That's an unfortunate loss. That actually is the exact same thing that happened before the last Garden Terror Seed phase. It was looking good positioning-wise for Braincellmates. They could have gotten it and gotten Garden Terror against the enemy, but nope, they lose their Leoric and they have to give over the objective to the enemy. Now, this can be given again. No Garden Terror to be summoned to the enemy side of Hotstads, but Leoric can cheat death and he can respawn in the engagement. Falstead with a secret weapon hammering for that range to poke once onto Q-Ball. Top lane and mid lane waves are pushing in. Black Hole from Tassadar, Shock Ray onto Bones. Q-Ball does not get the channel. Leoric respawns, chunked to 50% immediately. The Light Bomb from Anduin connects onto Brightwing, who actually blinked in to help out the Hogger. She falls, trying to help out the ally. A Shockwave from Hogger comes out in the Entomb. Oh, Falstad short distance flight. Literally onto the... Whoa, that gust was weird that it didn't push Hanzo. But, oh, look at that. Finland to be achieved, Braincellmates get objective, and the average death timer is, let's say, 25 seconds. Garden Terror, oh man, this might just be GG. Not in apartment complexes, Ragnaros. Apartment complexes actually have a constant flow of water. That's why if you're in an apartment complex and you're to like turn on your hot water, you instantly get hot water. It's not like in a house where you turn on the hot water in a shower and it takes 10 to 20 seconds. So systems are different, at least in America. As our core will fall, Braincellmates with a really big team fight. Massive objective phase, and they take map number 1 14 minutes in. GG, well played. Just drink from a puddle like God intended. I don't think God intended us to drink from puddles, because if that was the case, then there wouldn't be what's the bacteria in water that you need to boil away? Salmonella? Is that right? Whatever. There was like some quote from like some dumb politician about like, of course, American, and they were like, it was like some quote about like how we don't need shoes, and if we needed shoes, if we truly needed shoes, we would have evolved to have like shoes like built into our feet or something. And the response, like, this is an old one, and the response was like, and that's why you wear glasses, right? I fill my water filter pitcher with warm water and put it in the fridge. Oh no. I would rather have hot water than only cold water, personally. I would rather have only hot than only cold. Falstead had 35 stacks, by the way. I wish we could evolve our tails back so we could open doors while carrying grocery. you know, if humans had tails, there would be like the CrossFit of tails. You know what I mean? There would totally be those people that are like super about having like a muscular tails. Hot water heaters are nasty, though. Hot water heat. What do you mean, hot water heaters? A kettle? A kettle is a hot water heater. We had a toilet installed where they ran hot water line to the toilet. Water was getting oh my god. Now having like a hot water line to like a bidet, sure, but yeah. Oh yeah. Well. Cyanide. That's what's the word I'm looking for? That's I wouldn't say case by case, but it's definitely county by county in the United States. Because, like, for example, I live in a town where literally we have the best water in the United States. We have like, it's like the highest purity rating. So there's typically no mineral deposits in our water heaters. Now, my buddy Brian in Detroit, yeah, his water heater, when it goes, you can literally hear stuff going around. And to do that, you have to literally take a hose into the thing and then drain it, which it's not really hard to do. It's not a very hard thing to drain your water heater, but realistically, you don't need to do it unless you need to do it. A lot of places where they have like hard water, that's typically where you get it a lot. No, I live in California. I live in Tahoe, California. I live in the most beautiful place, in my opinion, in the United States. Oh yeah, Flint, Michigan. There you go. Best drinking water in it? No, dude, it's Tahoe. It's Tahoe. It's like the highest purity rating. We literally made hats. We had the like American Association of like water. Let's see. Tahoe purity water rating. There's like an association about it. Let's see. Where is it? Water quality reports. Water quality. Second deepest natural lake. Because I remember it was like the American Association of like Water Association. It was like, it's a weird name, but it's like a real thing. Who cares about your association ranks? The ranks? I have a hat. I have a hat too. Yeah, I have a hat as well. Yeah, I've got a hat right here. There you go. I just want to find the name of this, like, the one that gave the ratings. Maybe this website? No. I gotta look at it after stream. I found it ages ago, and now it's... This... No, that's a different one. Oh well. My city is the largest nitrate removal system in a water supply thanks to all the farm chemical runoffs, and our water quality still isn't even... Ooh! Oh, God, yeah, yeah. Well, that's, like, also, that's why Colorado's a very good example. There are some places where they won't, like, salt their roads because then it gets into the agricultural stuff as well. That's what, like, up here in Tahoe, like, we use salt, like everywhere uses salt, but it's basically like a sand salt mixture. It's mostly sand and a little bit of salt, so that way the snow kind of gets melted a little bit, so the sand gets in there and mixes, is the way that I understand it. So that way it actually makes the, because a lot of the snow, like we don't plow our roads down to the asphalt. We typically will like salt over them, and then eventually some of the plows will get to that, but a lot of it gets compacted, so that salt sand mixture creates almost like a little bit of a grip into the snow. So, but everywhere uses a small amount of salt because you still have to melt the snow a little bit for that sand mixture. But it's not like Michigan where literally your cars will rust and there's so much salt they put on the ground where it starts to create potholes. I'm not even exaggerating. There was a route that I took every single day back to my old house, back from work, and every single day the pothole, and I'm not exaggerating, it started this big, and by the end of the winter it was this big. And it was just because like the road has a little bit of a little, you know, divot taken out, and then the salt gets in there, and then cars go over it, and then the salt gets in there, and then the cars go over it, and then it keeps repeating and opens and opens and opens and opens. So, as an American, my heritage is being ignorant of other cultures. That's modern Americans. The true American is that we are a melting pot, and that everyone should be accepting of each other's cultures. Salt breaks up the crystal of ice. Yeah, the thing, too, is we don't get a ton of ice up here. Like, it is cold, but we don't get a ton of, like, ice on the roads. It's typically just a lot of, like, compacted snow, and then you have the salt go on top of it, so. I live next to a sand salt building, so you can tell. Yeah, there's one for us over by Lakeview Commons, which is kind of far from me. It's over by the library, and then there's a big station. There's a huge station at the top of Spooner, but that makes sense because literally you'd want a station at the top of the crest of the mountain so you can literally have the trucks move their way out so people can get up and down. But there's, yeah, at the top of Spooner, there's like a big staging area and people can camp there overnight. And there's like hiking and stuff, but there's a huge depot there. I think I might have a photo of it from one of the times I drove up. Let me see. Google. We're waiting for ads to finish out anyways. Google Photos. Oh, this one you can't see because it's super foggy. Actually, hold on. Google Maps. The other thing, too, is, like, I live in a mountain town where we get 300 inches on average of snow. Which is 762 centimeters of snow. Average. Average. Alright, where's the top of Spooner? There's Glenbrook. There's that. So here is the pass. This is the... There's Carson City over there. Where is the top of Spooner? Spooner Summit Trailhead. This is that depot thing I was talking about. So, like, if you're coming up the mountain, this depot, it's not super big, but in the winter, this entire area is all staged with plows and trucks, and this thing is usually just full of sand salt mixture. But yeah, this is top of Spooner. This is you know, this is where you crest over the mountain. Then you can either that way is into Tahoe, and that way is down into Carson. Alrighty. You get 3 inches in Stark. In the Midwest, we get like a foot or more of snow at a time, and then the next day it's like, yeah, exactly, Lard. And that's the annoying part about, like, especially when I lived in Michigan, is you'd literally get dumped on. You get like 6 to 12 inches of snow, so 15 to 30 centimeters of snow, and then the plows would come by, they would salt the shit out of the roads. And then the next day it'd be 50 degrees Fahrenheit, or what's that, like, that's 10 Celsius, right? Yeah, 10 Celsius. Literally. It's like, dude, come on. I always call Michigan the bipolar state because it doesn't know what season it wants to be. All right, anyways, let's get into our map number 2. We're heading into Towers of Doom. We had some downtime there just to chat and have a little silly time. Let's do a Tyrande quest. There's a Tyrande. And let's do how many level 1 stacks for Tyrande by the end? Oh, that's Tyrael. No, I want Tyrande. I'm going to go with 15 or more, 14 or less, because I believe that'll be good for the questing talent. Boop, 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 and boop.
Prepare yourself for battle. Heroes.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here in map number 2 of our second best of 3 of the day in Division A of the Nexus Gaming Series. We got Hotstads on the left side up in this series. We'll see if they can make it a clean 2-0 with their Blaze, Tyrande, Vala, Kael'thasad, and Anubarak. Right side is Braincellmates. You've got your Tychus variant, Leoric, Anduin, Tassadar, looking to make our way into a map number 3. Tyrande, by the way, that stackage, 30 stacks is the total, so I made it right in the middle. So is it Lunar Blaze? How many stacks by the end of the game? But the big question right now is going to be... will the first Sentinel hit? GG's. GG's. Alright, so it's Adrenaline Stim Pack, you got your Lunar Blaze Switch Prediction, a Farflight Quiver Vala, no, that's Creed of the Hunter, sorry. Plague Lands for Kael'thasad, and you're going to be also looking at a new Rubian Armor for Anubarak, Psi Infusion Tassadar, Power Word Shield Anduin, Osin's Renewal, Lion's Maw, and a Titan, or quarterback for Tychus. Bones gets a good chunk of heal from Maman. I think they're able to back away. Varian charges back. Oh, that Jet Propulsion says hello, and Anduin will go down. Anubarak lands the Burrow Charge into Impale. Bones slowed and body block from backing out. Runs through the Death and Decay of Kael'thasad, and that'll be a second kill to the side of Hotstads. First style is very important. Oh yeah, Ninja. It's just such a funny thing to me that it'll be December and it will be literally 0 degrees Fahrenheit with like negative wind chill, and then the next day it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. What? Tassadar in a blink of an eye does get taken down. Another 1-2 punch coming out from the crew of Hotstads as Braincellmates are going to try and not lose another member or two. Stackage for Kael'thasad looking pretty decent here. 6 of the 30. At the 15 mark, he's going to be able to have that Glacial Spike summonable, and at 30, he has the 75% spell power increase. But Tyrande's not doing too bad. 3 stacks in, 2 minutes in. More stacks than minutes. We'll see if that does continue. Level 4s on both sides will be picked up. Varian, of course, going taunt. Anubarak caught by that taunt. Lunar Flare finds 2 from Anubarak onto the Tychus and Varian. There was also a Huntress mark onto Varian, as you saw that minus 15 armor, if you even saw the mark from her. First objective phase will be the top left and right as always, and then the RNG location will be in center. Orgo charge from Anubarak. Tychus activates minigun. Force well from Tassadar to try and deny the disengage. But meanwhile, Kel'Thuzad returns a bit of stackage of his own, or a little bit of damage of his own, and picks up his 13th Master of the Cold Dark stack. We also have Phylactery for your Kel'Thuzad, so 10 more regeneration globes. He'll be able to activate that when he's dead to auto respawn. Have you heard of the new MOBA from Amazon, March? I was gonna play it on stream, and literally the day I played it was the day after the like open beta ended. So I have to wait for it to. I have to wait for it to release or something. Hey, if there's esports around it, I'll try. You know me, I'm always trying to find something new to cast. Shockray from Tassadar going out. The jet propulsion from Blaze does land into the enemies. Kel'Thuzad chains will be going out. A lot of damage into Jaeger, and Leorc does fall. A 4th kill to the left-hand side as Q-Ball will stop channeling. Vala does get taken down. That's 25% off that Creed of the Hunter. Kel'Thuzad picked off as well, and this fight is not going the way of Hodstad's. Braincellmates actually start turning things around. I think Tyrande may be dead here. Grenade goes out. Does Anubarak have any CC to create some space? He does have it. Unfortunately, she will get taken down. And we'll have Protoss rule for the channel. 4 shots do make it into the left side core. And it's a 4-point lead for Braincellmates. Oh, Stormgate? Yeah, I had a lot of eggs in the Stormgate basket, and it unfortunately seems like it's petered out, so I'm keeping my eye on it, but, oh, man, yeah. Like, they were going to have, like, in-game tournaments and stuff like that. I really thought they were going to be able to get the esport going, but, you know, a lot of negative things piled up, and I think that game is just, it's a bit of a struggle right now. I hope it turns around. I really do wish them success, but it's a rough situation to put it plainly. Didn't Braincellmates win map 1? Oh, did they? I'm so sorry. Did I completely? I'm so sorry about that, everybody. Thanks for catching that. My bad. My bad. My bad. I must have clicked into the wrong thing. Thanks for catching it, everybody. Grenade from Tychus does go out. Noob will be taken down as well. And Shockrays out from Tassadar will be pushing up into the fort of bottom lane. Fort gate, at least. Phylactery for Kel'Thuzad at 7 stacks, 25 on his baseline. 2 piercing light for the Anduin. Chastise goes out as we have Tyrande falling. Nicely done, Nika. Yeah, we'll call it that for sure. Alright, Tychus going for channel on the right side. We do have the heroics as well. Shield Wall, Odin, Entomb, Light Bomb, and Black Hole for Tassadar. Tychus activated minigun, huge damage into Noob. And that is Anubarak falling. 28 to 36 as the Odin's going to be summoned for the bottom lane fort. Varian already stepping up to tank a tower shot. Not really needed, but they're going to be going for... I thought the chains from Kel'Thuzad actually pulled right there. Shockray, Tassadar. Still poking. Glacial Spike with chains connected. Varian dives forward. The Light Bomb is applied. It connects onto 2. The Chastise to follow that one up. And bottom 4 falls. Anubarak burrows in. Tychus hugs the corner. The jet propulsion from Blaze misses. Anduin caught with a cocoon. A twin flame from Blaze takes down Tassadar. Tower still being converted. As our next objective will be bottom lane to Duke, Bones, and Amon trying to back away. Good impale. Lunar Flare misses. Rain of Vengeance as well. It is Shadowstalk. for your Tyrande Heroic. You've got a Rain of Vengeance Vala, Bunker Blaze, Frost Blast on Kael'Thuzad, and Cocoon Anubarak.
The ultimate rise again.
Alright, it's a level and a half lead on the right side of Braincellmates as they have another wave to slowly push in through bottom. Sapper Camp grabbed as well on the right side. Maybe they steal left Sappers. Jet Propulsion lands. There's a Force Wall to block the enemies. A nice Black Hole from Tassadar pushing them back. The Entomb from Leoric will come out. The Lunar Flare lands on Leoric as well. Bunker summoned by the Blaze. Tychus gets the channel on the low side of the map, and it's going to continue to be a lead in favor of Braincellmates by 12 points. They lose their Leoric, but they have the objective. Nice Shock Race from Tassadar, chunking as well. Bones looking to step up. Decides not to further step in. 17 stacks for your Tyrande, 50 on the level 1 for Vala. Phylactery finished out for Kael'Thuzad. Add BO3 to these casts. I mean, I could just put it in the stream title. The funny thing is, if I put it in the stream title or on the screen, there's still someone who will walk in here and be like, is this a best of 3 or best of 5? I guarantee it. Sappers working their way in through bottom. Varian gonna try and poke here and there. Shock Ray from Tassadar as well as the Psy Storms. Grenade out from Tychus. Trying to deny the Sappers from getting their charge in. 1, 2, 3, I think made it in. I think 1 is actually cleared away. So 2 out of 3 making it is not too bad. Varian charges out. Taunt attempted. Cocoon from Anubarak lands. Tyrande, Lunar Flare's going out. Another Burrow charge to re-engage, but the shield wall did get activated, so denies the incoming damage. Light Bomb onto Leoric. The bunker mitigates that CC potential. Leoric Wraith walking in. Does have that ominous Wraith level 13. King the Vala gets taken down by Tassadar. And now Odin stunned by Tyrande in the disengage. But Odin, still with a good 50% duration, a little less than that, is going to be pulled back by the Kael'Thuzad. The armor from Tychus may have helped out a little bit to deny the fatal hits. And the fort won't be taken down. Lunar Flare lands onto Bones. This Varian. Chastise goes out. Leoric gets the right side, and then he Wraith walks to the left. Or no, he got the left side. Wraith walks to the right. And so while they do lose Tassadar and possibly Varian in the bottom lane, it's 8 shots into the enemy core. And just like that, it is a 20-point game in favor of Braincellmates. Alrighty. 1 Sapper into the tower, takes that down. Burrow charge, Impale, Tyrande with her Huntress mark as well, but Bones does not get taken out. Entomb finds Kael'Thuzad. Taunt from Varian as well as there, and that's a beautiful kill into Kael'Thuzad. To see Burnus Phylactery to respawn? I don't think so, because this Tyrande is taken out as well. What's up, Angel? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, bud. Welcome on in to all the new viewers today. We do have follower mode, but it just helps us avoid bot stuff, so. And following costs you no money, so why not hit the button? Triple Altar Phase coming up. Mathematically, this could be a win for Braincellmates. They could get all 3 plus boss. They can get all 3 plus 1 Sapper. We'll see if they're able to confirm that. I doubt. My assumption is that it is going to be top right over for Leoric. Bottom will be like Tychus because he's already hovering around that one. And then maybe the Sappers get fed in through bottom lane. Leoric is grabbing a quick wave in mid. Varian charges in. Chains from Kael'Thuzad pulling back the enemy. 2 of the 3 Sappers killed. 1 makes it over the wall. Tychus gets bottom. Leoric is delayed out on the right side.
Like all the others.
Varian left to safety in bottom lane, but Leoric over here is zoned. Tychus is running his way in. Jaeger's going to go in with the Wraith Walk. And the Blaze, he's baited into thinking there's a Jet Propulsion to be activated. But no, Leoric just Wraith Walks through him, forces the Jet Propulsion, which is a cancel. And now they don't get this objective. It's always safe to assume that a game is a best of 3 on my channel. Typically, if it's best of 5s, I put it in the stream title, or I mention it pretty consistently. Level 16 on the left side. Will they go for boss? No, I don't think so. They're going to go for mid lane fort. Actually, it's mid lane keep in a second. It's going to be, the center teleport's going to open up in about 10 seconds or so. And the structures will upgrade as well. Burrow charge. That's a really nice Frost Blast. The Light Bomb zones. Chains from Gildazad connecting. Big Jet Propulsion flank from Blaze. Cocoon onto Tychus on the right side. Leap of Faith pulls Tassadar to safety. A Burrow charge maneuver to chase him further. Bones the Varian activates a shield wall trying to back off. Jaeger with an Entomb, but I think they're just trying to create a little bit of space for the allies. Unfortunately, Jaeger does go down. Bottom left bell tower gets converted by minions, it looks like. Mid lane very low, but boss is going to be taken off the map. Okay, the 4 boss hits go in. The bottom lane keep is reduced down to 50%, but not converted. Double objective phase coming up. Frost Nova cleansed by a Leap of Faith. Burrow Charge, Rain of Vengeance. A lot of damage onto Tychus. He will not be taken down. A Light Bomb, but it zones mostly. Keep defenses activate onto Duke. Members of Braincellmates need both of these objectives to win, or if they can get a mid lane bell tower converted. I mean, one really good team fight, and they can convert mid lane bell tower and then go for one of these channels. Vala may try and sneak to the low side. Leoric is going to delay out Q Ball. A 3-kill difference favoring the right side. That's a Burrow Charge on the Tychus. The Jet Propulsion to follow that up as well. The Lunar Flare is going to be there. The Hunter's Mark applied. The Black Hole from Tassadar pushing them back. Gildazad going for the channel. He will be able to get it, but Leoric is still trying to flank into this. Odin has been summoned. Chains, Frost Nova as well. Jet Propulsion from Blaze lands. Meanwhile, Anduin goes down. Entomb on the left-hand side from Leoric. A Nubrak to be traded. Bones with a taunt, allowing the setup for a kill. King getting so low. Tychus, beautiful double Lunar Flare kill. This might be the ending of the game, but that double Lunar Flare kill was absolutely stellar to take a look at. Phylactery? I think Gildazad forgot that he has a button to press. Well, oh no, he does press his button. He does press the button, but I think it's still over. What's one Gildazad gonna do? Push the button. That's really it. It's you know, just being silly. Alrighty. Braincellmates take a clean 2-0. And so let's get into our next best of whatever. We're going to be getting into some outhouses donated from the lovely outhousers. Lovely outhouse games. Let me pay out the gamble as well. Tyrande had completed her quest, actually. So she is 15 or more. Let me go to my DMs from Senior Stark. I like that our DMs are us talking about Sloth Bear and Zagreus and May and Melenoise swapped outfits.